I went mute.
Oh, hi, ladies. Welcome. I'm Sophie Musumeci. I have the beautiful Kylie with me today, who has had such an incredible experience inside the Wealthy Woman Mastermind, as does everyone. But Kylie has a very special kind of story behind it. And so I'm so grateful to you, Kylie, for sharing this. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do for your clients?
Sure. So my name's Kylie Donnelly, and I've loved being a part of this program, firstly. So thanks for having me on today too. It's a pleasure to be here. So I work with mums and specifically with stressed and overwhelmed working mums, generally in a profession or something like that, where they're having to maintain certain skills as well within their profession. And I work with them to help them to feel more balance and purpose and a calm confidence in their life.
So important, right? The pressures that
Mm,
are added on to women are full on. So tell
mm.
us a little bit though around where you were, because we met, how long ago was it when we met?
Yeah. Oh, it was last year. Was it around September or was
Yeah,
it before that?
it
I
was like,
joined in November, but we'd been talking a little bit before that, I
no,
think.
yeah. So probably about 6 months now we've kind of been
Yeah.
chatting. So
Yeah.
tell us about where you were at before deciding to come and work with us. Like what was going on
Yeah.
as well, because you're working as well.
Mm,
What does
yeah.
that look like?
Okay, so last year, and now I'm a psychologist, but last year I was working as a school psychologist 5 days a week. And then in my private practice, on a Saturday, I would see 7 clients every Saturday as well, which meant then on a Sunday, I was up and doing admin and accounts and all these kind of things. So one of my reasons for wanting to join up was so that, eventually I don't have to work 7 days a week. And, firstly, my aim was to free up my Sunday, which I've effectively done through this. But, and then eventually get, I guess, 2 days back, which will be great. So then this year I have cut down on school. I'm doing 3 days a week at school. My private practice, I've just increased by one day. So I'm doing 2 days. And now I have Thursdays for my admin and all of this stuff as well, growing my online presence and online program. And so that's kind of got me stepping stone heading in the right direction.
It's amazing. I'm so happy for you because we spoke about this, right? Like we went back and
Yeah,
forth for a good couple of months around what do we
yeah,
do? Is now the right time? And we
yeah,
get this vision around how you start to make that transition. And I think it's
yeah,
really important because so many women are in a career or they have a different business
yeah,
and they want to make the transition.
yeah.
And you're doing it. How does that feel?
Oh, it's amazing. And even this week, one of my colleagues, I've worked with her for a very long time in the school setting. She just said to me yesterday, she said, "You just seem happier." And I'm always a positive person anyway, but she just said, "You just seem happier just doing your 3 days." And obviously, I'm still working very hard, but it's the change and it's the difference and the being able to work a bit differently, I guess. And one of my reasons for wanting to do an online program was because I am working more towards my business and I want to keep my private practice, but I did want to diversify that so that I'm not just in the one-on-one therapy chair, because I also know that can lead to burnout if you're doing it too much. And I was certainly suffering migraines and that kind of thing as well, which I haven't, I hadn't had any all term until last week. I did have one, but it is a big improvement for me. So.
That's massive. So you were having migraines regularly.
Oh, last year was out of control. Yes.
So how do you cope when you have migraines and then you've got a job and then you've got your practice and you've got to get your admin done? Like, how do you function?
You push through until you can't, and then you have to stop and go into a dark room and take a lot of medication and wait until it passes.
Wow.
Mm.
So nearly 3 months without one.
Oh, it's been amazing. I can't even tell you. Yeah, it's been really, really good. And when I got that little sneaky one last week, it wasn't a massive, huge one, but it was sort of more an underlying something that was going on for a few days. And then it hit me hard just one afternoon. Um, I was just going, oh no, no, no. But I managed it really well, and it really didn't I really didn't have to take much time out or anything like that. So when I look back over the whole term, it's been a massive improvement.
Have you had the opportunity to stop and reflect around like who you were 6 months ago and who you are today?
Uh, yes, I have. And also just reflecting on how far, with this online program, even though I feel like I haven't achieved this, I haven't achieved that, I still want to go to here. But if I stop and look back, I can really see, how much I have actually achieved in so many different ways, though, Sophie, like just even in the way I think and my mindsets and all of those different things, and feeling like I can do this and freedom and just a little bit empowered. So yeah, I can definitely see a lot of change.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And one
Mhm.
thing we don't think about is all of the knock-on effects of
Ah,
growing an online coaching business, right? So there's time, there's taking
mm,
off the pressure off yourself. So therefore your health is better, you're functioning better. People are saying you're happier. Like I need
yeah.
more fingers on my hands to talk about the benefits of getting this working.
Yeah, and look, for me, I love being a psychologist. I really honestly do. I love working with people. I love getting those better outcomes. That really does spark something inside of me. And in my school job, I have loved being a school psychologist, and there's always been things I've been wanting to do there. But I do have to say that I've reached this point in my life where I don't necessarily love the systems. And working within that, I feel quite, I can't just flourish and do what I see needs to be done for people. So that's why also I want to step into my own business so that I can really move to where I would like to be in terms of supporting people.
Yeah, yeah, we're seeing that quite a lot with people in your industry as well,
Yeah.
feeling like their hands are tied, like they can see exactly what, but not being able to. Wow, well done you. So let's talk around what was it like, I guess, in the mastermind? Like, were you
Mm,
hesitant about anything? Like, what's the support been like? Give us.
yeah. Well, at first, I just saw you and I thought, oh, that energy, I've got to have a piece of that. That's what I need to help me know what to do. Like, for this online stuff, I've got no idea what to do. I don't know how to do anything online. So I would really love this. And I think then we spoke, and then it was about, cost. And then I had to become really resourceful. And I think I took out my long service leave and grabbed a credit card, and, off we went. And I'm so glad that I did, because, yeah, so much has come out of it, which is incredible. But I would just say, I would just trust, Sophie and the coaches in there. I feel like when I started, I didn't really have a full understanding of the whole picture. And there were certainly little things that would be obstacles along the way. Things like, using your personal Facebook page and, different things that would just go, whoa, what do I do here? But you have a chat and you move through and you take the steps. And yeah, I would just say you just keep moving. You take one step at a time. It's a very supportive community. And the women who are running it know what they're doing. Surprise.
It's really good advice. It's like just take one step and just keep moving
Yeah.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, for me, I was working throughout the whole thing, so my experience was a little bit different to some people who might have had more time. So I couldn't attend all the classes, but then I was just actually telling Amelia before that, I'd be picking up my daughter in a car park and watching a class, just to watch it on replay and just sneaking those classes in wherever I could, because they are so, so valuable. And I really couldn't emphasize that enough, is to watch the classes, even if it's on replay. If you can be a part of it, that's amazing. But if not, and those little Friday sessions with you, Sophie, as well, get on. They're inspiring and they'll always give you, a bit of a boost. So just make the most of every opportunity.
Yeah, I love that. And that's the thing is like you're very resourceful. Like you said, you had to get resourceful in order for the investment, right? And you did. And that's why it also took a little bit of time because we were just, figuring things out.
Now, yep.
And that's the thing. And then you're working, so you've got a full-time job, so you can't make all of the classes. Again, you're being resourceful. I think the underlying lesson here, ladies, if you're watching this, is like, if you want something, you can have it. Just get resourceful. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. And so what has your results been like? Because everyone wants to know, like, so you got resourceful, you invested, what happened?
Yeah. So at first, it was a little bit slow just making it all. I think one of the first times that I realized I was getting some good results was when I started setting up my Facebook page. And, at first I had 49 people on there. And within a week, it jumped to like 100. And then, now it's at 230. And I thought, wow, so people are getting on board with this, and I grew my Facebook. So that was one thing that I can say was a really big growth moment for me and encouragement. In terms of figures, it was funny because with my psychology, I was getting these referrals from all the mums in my group for their daughters and things like that to come to my clinic, which was amazing. And then I was getting mums come through. So I wasn't kind of counting it, if that makes sense, because I was thinking it's not to my actual online course, but actually, oh my goodness, it's definitely to be counted. They've come to me in my business. So I'm so grateful for that. And now I've got another sales call this afternoon for a lady who wants to join my hybrid program. And I've got one lady already signed up for that as a hybrid program. And then I've got one lady who wants the one-on-one, but around that particular program. So, and there's another one too, but she's overseas. I've got to wait for her to get back. So I've got 4 for my online program now, which is amazing. And I just want to keep, I guess, growing that and getting clear in my messaging about that program. So they don't keep flicking over to my psychology service. Which is fine as well. I do love that too.
And that's the important thing, right? So whether you're doing one-on-ones or you're a psychologist, similar to you, Kylie, it's like, how do you make that transition where you are basically bound by time, right? There's only so many times in a day and you're trading time for money versus like a hybrid model, which is one of the things that we teach, which is how do you help that person get a huge transformation where it's not always time reliant on you. So therefore you can bring in like 20 clients and not feel like you've got 20 private clients to hold space for, but they get fabulous growth. And so did you, Amelia, do the sums? What was the number?
I think Amelia worked out it was 27,000 from the group so far. Yes. Sorry, not the group, the, Facebook group.
Yeah.
Referral. Yeah.
So 27,000.
Yes.
So that's a pretty good return on investment in a few months.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. Like when we actually worked that out, I've gone, oh, wow. So it's very good. And it's just boosted my confidence as well in terms of putting my things out there online and all of that sort of thing too, and understanding how to. And I think I'm going to be a little bit clear in my clinic. Probably my main client base would be teenagers, teenage girls, young people, whereas with mums, I'm going to be more putting them to the program. So I think that's going to help me delineate. Yeah, which is really
amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Well done. Now, would you have any advice I always love asking the advice question. So any woman who is watching this right now, maybe they're doubting if they can do it, maybe they're not sure, maybe they've got a bit of fear, maybe they've already been trying for a while and it hasn't really taken off how they thought. What advice would you give to them?
Just do it. I would say be resourceful and find a way to do it. But when you're in there, just absorb everything and just really go through all the steps one by one. And you may not see the full picture right away, but just trust the process. Go through the vault and all the different modules, but definitely do the classes. I think that's really important. And also make connections while you're in the group as well. I think that's also very important.
Yeah, the community is very special inside Wealthy Women. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
special.
definitely.
And if you're by yourself right now, ladies, and you're sitting, oh, I wish I had like, Kylie and Sophie and more people like them around me. I mean, that's the other massive benefit that you will get. So
Definitely. It's so important to be around people who are positive and want to build you up. And, you will actually fire off that and, it will push you a little bit further, but in a really supported and safe way.
it sure will. Well, that's it from me. Kylie, do you have any final words before we wrap up?
Oh, no, I think I'm good. But just, yeah, I'd encourage anyone who does want to do an online program definitely to join the Wealthy Woman Mastermind, because it has been an absolute pleasure to be a part of and a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Oh, thank you, gorgeous. Thank you.
Mm.
All right, ladies, I hope that you took something away from this interview that allowed you to go, you know what? If Kylie can do it, I can do it. Because
Yeah.
if Kylie can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Like, you can do this. So just take the next step and have a conversation. Thank you
Yeah.
again, Kylie. I so appreciate you and your time.
Oh, you are welcome. You're
It's
welcome. And yes,
very
I
inspiring.
definitely just want to reiterate what you just said there. I'm still working in a school. I'm still running my clinic. I've got 3 kids, but you make it work. And, you just take the steps and you can do it.
Yeah, make it work around whatever your life is, right?
Yeah,
Like, we've all got very different lives, but where
you can
there's
do
a
it.
will, there's a way, as they
That's
say, right?
right. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much, Kylie. Bye, ladies.
Bye.